Oh, hello, Commissioner Burt here for the Orion Bowl NFL Fantasy League. Apologies, there wasn't a proper video last week, and there is no excuse for that. I am sorry. I am back this week, hopefully, with a video with all the kind of right bits that you expect, including laughs, a bit of insight, some recaps of last week, some insight into this coming week in the NFL, and some disrespect, some shade thrown at my fellow fantasy members, all in good fun and all in equal measure. So let's take a look at the Burt Locker NFL season 2022. Yeah, 2022 sounds about right. So part 2, I think this is, but it encompasses part 3 as well. It's all very confusing, isn't it? So, let's start. So we're going to recap week 1 because I didn't actually recap that in my short video last week. Apologies for that. So, recap of week 1. Here is the Orion Bowl entourage for week 1. We have the Turtle Award for better than expected. Cordarrelle Patterson for Dak. Baby got Dak. So he got 120 yards and a touchdown, starting where he left off last year. A lot of people thought that he was going to go off the boil. So therefore, he was way better than expected, just like the character Turtle from Entourage. Brilliant stuff. The Drama Award goes to Saquon Barkley for the Harlots, as he is the fucking game, isn't he? Fuck me. As long as he's healthy, Saquon Barkley is dangerous. How he fell onto the Harlots lineup, the 3-time reigning Orion Bowl champs, is beyond me, quite frankly. How did we let that happen, guys? This is on all of us. How did we let that happen? We're a disgrace. It's like we want him to win. Anyway, the Ari Gold Award goes to Justin Jefferson. Man, 2 touchdowns, 184 yards. Those are just, they're crazy numbers. He can do it all as well. He does it all. He's all over the field all the time. His range is, it seems like, there's no limit to his range. Just like there is no limit to the acting range of Mr. Jeremy Piven, who played Ari Gold. And the Vinny Chase Award goes to Pat Mahomes, who was playing for the Birds. Oh, gosh, sorry. Jefferson was for the coach's sons. Congratulations. Big win week 1 for the coach's sons. Mostly thanks to Justin Jefferson. The Vinny Chase Award goes to my man, my homie, Mr. Pat Mahomes for the Baltimore Ravens. He is the star. That he proved that he can do it without Tyreek Hill as well. So, yeah. Brilliant stuff for Pat Mahomes, and well done to me for getting that week 1. It's been a hot minute since the team with no namers has beaten the Baltimore Ravens, hasn't it? I haven't got a chance to look into it. Namath probably doesn't want. You don't want to look into that. It's been a minute. Been a hot minute. The E Award for week 1 has to go to Matt Stafford because he was terrible week 1. Week 1 he was abysmal, and The Indianapolis Colts may have taken some advice from an idiot, quite frankly, to put Stafford in, who looked so much like Goff in week 1. It was crazy. So yeah, he was terrible, just like the character E in Entourage. So then we've got congratulations in order for the Harlots week 1 with that week's highest score. The lowest score goes to the Colts. Tough break for that one, because actually it wasn't even that low. It was 89.70, which is low enough to lose, but that's not like a horribly low score. Not like my score last week, which we will get to in just a moment. So a week 1 roundup, my takeaways were the Jets were on par with expectations. They just looked really bad. Michael Thomas is back, and he can only run slants though. So check out that, yeah. I know, it just made me laugh. It's just like, look, thing is, yeah, okay, he only runs slants, but he does it really well. So what? I don't see the problem with that. Don't see the problem. And the Buffalo Bills look absolutely fucking terrifying, don't they? Just absolutely terrifying. The Colts look bang average. Draw in week 1. That doesn't happen a lot. Yeah. So, moving on to week 2. The week 2 Orion Bowl roundup, the entourage for week 2. The Turtle Award Tyreek Hill, right, because we knew he was going to be good, but come on, nobody expected that. 2 touchdowns, 190 yards. He was way better than we expected him to be, just like Turtle from Entourage, taking the Harlots, the reigning Orion Bowl champions, to 2-0. 2-0 in the 2022 season. The Johnny Drama Award, the buffest of the Entourage, goes to Cooper Kupp. And he is buff as hell, he must be, because he is carrying the Rams. And he's carrying the Legion to win after win in their respective games. So the Legion gets the win this week, largely thanks to Cooper Kupp. And the Ari Gold / Jeremy Piven Acting Range Award goes to Jalen Hurts. 33.2 for the Suns. It could have been all important, that 0.2, because the game went down to the wire. The Suns only beat out Dak that week by 0.82. That is a slim margin. But you know what? Doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning is winning. Am I right, coaches, Suns? Am I right? We've got the old sun rising gif there. Who's yeah, this is a good one. And Jalen Hurts. He did it all, man. He was everywhere. Yeah, great range, just like Jeremy Piven's acting. And Vinny Chase, man, look, 42 for Lamar Jackson. Good Lord. Like, if that's not a star performance, I don't know what is. Star of the show, Lamar Jackson, for the team with no Namath, bouncing them back in week 2 to go to 1-1. And then you've got the E Award for Mr. OJ Howard. I put you in, buddy. I tagged it in because, let's be fair, Irvin Jr. was terrible week 1, and also Kittle just cannot seem to get healthy to save his fucking life. God damn it, Kittle. So OJ Howard, you were a huge disappointment, just like the character E from Entourage. And yeah, congrats to the team with no Namath for week 2. They got 137.82, which is the highest score of the week. And do better, Baltimore. Baltimore, we expect better from you. You were trash, 73.50, largely due to a disappointing performance from Mr. Jonathan Taylor and the Indianapolis Colts getting shut out by the Jags. God damn it, Colts. You're outsiders for the Super Bowl. I bet on you to win the Super Bowl, you bastards. You're making me look like an absolute idiot, which is, you know, something that I do pretty well myself anyway. So, my week 2 takeaways were that the Bills are scary. Look, they're so scary, the Titans quit the game. You seen that? Let's be fair, the Titans are a good team. Like, and you know, they have a very good team. For the Bills to literally make them drop their controller and leave the game, that's saying something. I mean, there's a reason the Bills were the favourites for the Super Bowl from day one for this year. I mean, they're just looking absolutely outstanding. We also see that Aaron Rodgers still owns the Bears. That one's up here as well because, yeah, he beat the Bears. He seems to, like, I forgot what the stat was. Like, it's probably there in the meme, but I think he's only lost 5 times to the Bears in his career, which is crazy. That is a crazy stat. And the Jets snatch victory from the jaws of defeat in style. Man, those Browns, they'll go on and brown sometimes, won't they? I mean, like, the problem is like, they just, like, a lot of people are having a go at, what's his name, at Chubb for going in and getting the touchdowns. Like, that's what he's supposed to do, guys. That's what he's supposed to get touchdowns. There was a whole symphony of other errors, things that had to go wrong. They were still 13 points up, like when Chubb got that touchdown. They never should have lost that game, but I'm happy they did. And actually, the Jets played really well in the second half. It was a glimmer of hope for my boys, the Jets. Flacco looked decent, and yeah, it's given me a glimmer of hope that it's probably going to be smashed into the floor this week, honestly. But yeah, so let's take a look at the Week 3 preview. So, Week 3 preview, the games I'm looking forward to. You've got Bay versus Bay, Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. That should be a real treat. The Bucs D have looked good so far, and the Packers are struggling at wide receiver. But Rodgers is never out of anything. Rodgers seems to, you know, he can make chicken salad out of chicken shit. Like, that dude, he can ball. So it'll be interesting. It's always fun to see Brady, and like, we don't know how many more times we're going to get to see it, guys. So enjoy the fuck out of it while it lasts, because you're not going to see Brady versus Rodgers too many more times, I would not have thought. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. The Finns versus the Bills, that's going to be really good. Two offenses who are on fire. You've got the Bills, obviously, who are the favourites for the Super Bowl, but my God, the Finns are fun to watch at the moment. Tyreek Hill and Tua, they seem to be really gelling, which is a real problem for us in our fantasy league, because our reigning champion happens to have Tyreek Hill, who is just throwing up numbers at the moment. It's crazy. Colts versus the Chiefs. This one's interesting to me because I want to see if the Colts can bounce back from being shut out by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Being shut out that's a tough pill to swallow. It really is. Especially when you've got a team that are actually quite good. Do you know what I mean? You've got some really good players on the Colts. They just need to put it together. Matt Ryan needs to put it together. So I think the Colts maybe can bounce back, because the thing is, the Kansas City defense it's deceptive, because the way Kansas City usually win is they just outscore their opponents by just smashing up ridiculous numbers that nobody else can compete with. But they also concede a lot of points. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes. I'm hoping it's a shootout, because I do have a couple of fantasy players in that one. Although not too much of a shootout, because I believe Pittman is on my opponent's team. So if he could just not get the ball at all, that'd be outstanding. Happy birthday to my opponent, by the way. Just the Jets versus the Bengals. The Jets look good in the second half of last week. If Flacco can keep hitting Wilson a few more times, then that's going to... Because they seem to really link up very well, especially in the second half against the Browns. And the Bengals have not looked like the Bengals of last year. So you know what? There might be an opening. There could be a door open here for the Jets to go to 2-1, get a winning record. Oh, no. Be still my beating heart. Good Lord. Anyway, this week, the Orion Bowl preview for this week. Baltimore Ravens versus the Dennis Trey Gorillas. Happy birthday to the Dennis Trey Gorillas. Not too happy, I hope, because I kind of do want to win. Now, a lot of my offense is really contingent on whether the Colts can bounce back. More specifically, whether Jonathan Taylor can bounce back. I don't want the Colts to bounce back too hard, because my opponent has got Pittman. So I'd rather Pittman didn't have like a ridiculous game. So, as I said, my opponent has unfortunately got Pittman, and he's got him alongside Allen, Cook and Kamara. So look, for me, I think he does have the better lineup with respect. I mean, who have I've got, I've got some good players. If Javonte Williams can put up a game, Robinson, I do rate Robinson. I'm not sure I've got much that's going to compete with Allen, Cook and Kamara. Like, Josh Allen is just, he's a force unto his own. So I could see myself going to 1-2 here. The commish has zero chance. I'm giving myself the no chance in hell. No chance. No chance in hell. Yeah, I think I'm going to be 1-2 by the end of this weekend. But I'm okay with that, because I'll probably have my Indian burrito. That'll help me. It's delicious. Prawns and chicken tikka and a naan bread wrap with some garlic rice inside there. It's as good as it sounds. So anyway, moving on. We've got the Coach's Sons versus the Legion of Gloom. No, the Legion of Hope. Sorry, they're the Legion of Hope now. They changed their name intermittently. So the Legion are very much hoping that Burrow looks less like an early 2000s Macaulay Culkin and more like the Joey B of last season. So yeah, a little meme there for you. It's just really fun. That is funny. But yeah, the Bengals' success is going to mean a lot to the Legion, if they've got Mixon as well. The Coach's Sons are playing former supermodel turned NFL kicker Elle Macpherson. I mean, she has the legs, man. I like that addition. That's a great addition to the squad. I think Chase and Jefferson also do damage. The form that they are on as well. And that means that Burrow is going to be thrown to Chase, which actually isn't great if your opponent's... So it's going to negate some of the points from the quarterback. Kupp and Jones also are on the Legion. So it's going to be a close one, this. I think that the Legion take it. Aaron Jones and Cooper Kupp are going to be the difference makers. Cooper Kupp carrying the LA Rams, so he's going to be putting up some numbers. The Colts versus Namath. The Colts have played some of their hand early, and they've done okay, to be fair. Not great. 18 from a wide receiver and a running back is par for the... Well, just less than par for the course. Like, ideally you want 10 or more from each player. These days you want 12, really. Will King Henry come back and pull up the Colts out of their 2-game skid? I don't know. I'm not sure if Henry can make up for the fact that Namath have got an on-fire Lamar Jackson, the Clyde Edwards hell yeah that we were promised last year, the Stephon Diggs who is the #1 wide receiver in the best offense in the league, and Leonard Fournette who promised on Twitter that he would be getting a touchdown this week. Namath take the win. Namath have got it all day. Sorry Colts. I wish I had better news for you. And then you've got the Harlots, the reigning, defending Orion Bowl champions against baby got Dak. Now, Chubb had a decent day for Dak. 17:30 is good. He was very lucky, actually, that they switched Chubb in on 4th and goal in the second half because Chubb went in for that touchdown. It was all Kareem Hunt up until that point. And because I was very happy with that, actually. I had a bet on for Chubb to get a touchdown and 100 yards. He had 105 rushing yards already, and I was just like, just get the touchdown. And if they hadn't gone for it then, and that hadn't worked out, then there would have been no touchdown on the board for Chubb, which would have put him on closer to 10 points rather than 17:30. So that was a decent, but it is what it is. Like, you know, luck or it doesn't matter. This is how these things turn out. So Chubb had a decent day. Outside of Kelsey, who was not on great form last week versus the Colts, he put up. But versus the Colts, he's going to put up numbers. He's going to bounce back. Kelsey is not done. McCaffrey hasn't looked quite right. He might put up numbers, you just don't know. But man, the Harlots, they're just in form. Again, it's similar to the team with no Namath. You've got an on-fire Herbert, a very good Eckler, a Barkley that can't miss, a Javonte Adams who is finding his form, and a Tyreek Hill who is putting up some crazy numbers, at least earlier on this season. So look, I've got to go with the Harlots. The Harlots are cruising to another win this week, and it's another step towards their 4th title, which is just unheard of. We've got to do something to stop the roll of the mighty, mighty Harlots, guys. But that is all I've got time for this week. We'll have a look next week, see how all this turns out. We'll go with the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. But good luck in all of your matches. And yeah, until next time, just you know, keep those decisions. May the decisions always go in your favour.